soldiers of the invading Russian army have attacked the position of the 60th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Some of the Russian soldiers arrived in the area on foot, others in armored combat vehicles. However, realizing that they were being targeted by Ukrainian drones and artillery, the infantrymen tried to advance the vehicles, but failed to do so. With successive drone and artillery strikes, armored combat vehicles and other vehicles were blown up along with their crew members. The infantry soldiers in the area, including those trying to hide in the trenches, were destroyed. Footage emerged of what is possibly the first sighting of a Ukrainian Air Force F-16AM Fighting Falcon on a strike mission, making a low-level pass. According to OSIN Technical, these are the first images of a Ukrainian Falcon sporting a full loadout of US-supplied GBU-39 SDB glide bombs. The F-16AM, a variant of the renowned F-16 Fighting Falcon, was seen flying low over the terrain. This tactical maneuver is often used to evade radar detection and increase the precision of deploying glide bombs like the GBU-39 small-diameter bomb. According to Bulgarian military media outlet, these bombs, known for their accuracy and reduced collateral damage, represent a significant upgrade to Ukraine's arsenal provided by the United States. Each GBU-39 is designed to hit targets with high precision, even in adverse weather conditions, thanks to its GPS-aided inertial navigation system. The bomb's precision comes from a sophisticated guidance system combining GPS with an inertial navigation system, ensuring accuracy even under conditions where GPS signals might be jammed or disrupted. This dual guidance approach offers a circular error probable of about 5 to 8 meters, meaning the bomb hits very close to its intended target. This weapon has been integrated into the arsenals of multiple aircraft, including the F-15E Strike Eagle, F-16 Fighting Falcon, and even the F-22 Raptor, underlining its broad compatibility and the trust placed in its performance by military forces. The United States Air Force has operated the F-16 Fighting Falcon since the late 1970s, and while it is no longer acquiring the multi-role combat aircraft, aerospace giant Lockheed Martin, which acquired General Dynamics aviation business in the 1990s, continues to be manufactured for export sales. To date, more than 4,600 of the all-weather Fighting Falcons have been produced, and Lockheed Martin is currently facing a backlog of more than 100 of the Block 70-72 aircraft. Among the countries that have been waiting for their F-16s to arrive has been NATO member Bulgaria, which is modernizing its air force.
Russian Chekist Igor Strelkov-Girkin, who helped the Kremlin to foment war against Ukraine, has finally become sad in a Russian prison. He is sure that the so-called SVO is lost. Strelkov's letter was published by his associates. The Z-Patriot assessed the overall situation in Russia as very unimportant. The Russian Federation is suffering defeat both on the battlefield and on the diplomatic front. Our offensive actions in the current format cannot bring victory over the enemy, but the losses they bring are close to irreparable. In addition, there is a general demobilization of public sentiment. This war is not a war is already very boring. The next successes in taking copses, small and large vipers, and city blocks, the battles for which last for 6 months or more, do not inspire anyone anymore, Strelkov wrote. According to him, the Russian public is very much hoping that the new US President Donald Trump will end the war on Moscow's terms. This will not happen, the security officer is sure. A new failure will only increase the discontent of the Russians. Already in the current year of 2025, Strelkov expects NATO troops to appear in Ukraine, as well as Turkey's final transition to Kiev's side in this war. The Kremlin, he is sure, will have to capitulate in order to end the war. They will bend us to a truce on conditions close to capitulation. A vague status for Crimea is the maximum that Trump can offer Moscow under the Kellogg Plan. For anything more, the Ukrainian armed forces need to be defeated, which has proven beyond their capabilities over the past 3 years. Strelkov wrote. He is also confident that the already obvious defeat in the war against Ukraine will ultimately lead to the overthrow of the Putin regime. Earlier, media reported that Strelkov predicts problems for Russia from prison due to Ukraine and Trump. Strelkov is very unhappy with the prospect of ending the hot war that is being prepared with the mediation of the new US President Donald Trump. For us, the implementation of the plan's provisions is the launch of a catastrophe, and an irreversible catastrophe at that, the Russian security officer wrote. He is sure that in the end, Russia will have to return all occupied territories to Ukraine, including Crimea. Russia has neither strong diplomacy nor serious successes on the battlefield, which means it will have to sit down at the negotiating table with a weak position. The enemy is not broken, has strong reserves and the ability to increase efforts, while we still have not transferred the economy and army to a war footing, Strelkov wrote. Strelkov does not expect any serious changes in the war until spring. We will actively demonstrate our readiness for peace. On the other hand, we will fiercely negotiate behind the scenes, while not allowing Trump to move to open confrontation on the side of Ukraine. At the front, efforts will continue to improve negotiating positions, pushing the Ukrainian armed forces out of Donbass. This is an extremely expensive undertaking in terms of human lives and equipment. Strelkov wrote, the Ukrainian armed forces, in his opinion, will continue the tactics of active defense. They will slowly retreat from the least convenient and important sections of the front, inflicting heavy losses on the Russian armed forces, and will hold on to the most important sections with all their might. At the same time, the Ukrainians will save their strategic reserves in order, in Strelkov's opinion, to achieve major success on the battlefield already in the spring.